Hi all, so my own name is Andrew McNamara and I have responsibility for e-learning and IT in the school. And tonight I just want to speak to you about a couple of the things that we do inside in Tarbert Comprehensive. Um, VSware, our digital textbooks, our school app, our school website and our ICT facilities. So firstly, VSware is our student information management system and it allows you as parents to view your students or child's pupil information, attendance, term reports, select subject options, pay fees, etc. So when you join us here, you go to tarbertcs.vsware.ie if on a desktop, or you download the VSware app. You'll be given a unique username and you can generate your own unique password. And once you have access, as I said, you can view all of this personal information, term reports, attendances, student options, timetables, absences, and pay fees. So that's VSware. The next thing I want to speak to you about is the role of tablets in education and the role of tablets in Tarbert Comprehensive School. We're aware that in many schools across the country, there's been a trend and a focus to introduce tablets to classrooms. And approximately about 20% of the 750 second level schools have introduced them. So that encouraged us in Tarbert to take an in-depth look at what the benefits were. Now, our findings firstly is why should you change? Yes, like the dentist here, technological innovations do make life a lot easier and more pleasant. But if there's no benefit, why would you change? So what is the benefit to teaching and learning with tablets in schools? Well, firstly, if we look at the international research, when students are asked what are they using their eBooks and their tablets for inside in school, many will say to access their eBook and many will say research. That's the primary use of these tablets in education. An OECD report found that the impact of tablets on education measured no improvements in reading, maths or science. There's also a problem with digital plagiarism and information overload with the access to these online and digital resources. And intensive use can actually be associated with poorer student performance and attainment. So the extent of the use in schools seems to be to take the traditional textbook and to digitize it to an online version. Now, when you look at the cost of a tablet being around €600 and eBooks being $350, that may not be value for money. There are companies that will sell you the iPad for education. They will give you the spiel and the benefits of using technology in the classroom. They will highlight their costs and break them down for you. You can see the cost of the tablet and the eBooks there, all approximate figures. They will even direct you to credit unions who will give you loans and preferable rates to borrow and finance for these iPads. But again, what's the benefit? And our ebook licenses only last for 3 years. They can't be passed on. They have no resale value. And these books themselves and tablets, they could be damaged or stolen. Of course, you can insure them as well at a cost of around €8 a month. There's also damaging effects on the prolonged use of screen time and issues around charging, so on and so forth. So it's not that it's an old school, new school approach. We just think that the expense and the benefits of tablets for our families in Tarbert Comprehensive may not be viable at the moment. But we do have an approach. And the Tarbert approach is to build an effective e-learning model within our school. Now, we have a book rental scheme, which every student in junior cycle has all of their textbooks for 3 years for circa €200. We are aware that the books can be heavy and the bags can be heavily laden as well. But firstly, before we go down the line of buying a tablet and ebooks, our students should be encouraged to organise themselves. And I think that's a more valuable life skill. Use the lockers in school, leave the books you don't need at home or in the locker, reduce the weight of your bag. But if they can't manage to organise themselves, we do have a free ebook platform for use in our school. So the benefit, that one benefit of reducing the weight of the bag, we have addressed through our school book rental scheme and our own online textbooks. So in Tarbert Comprehensive School, when your child joins us, they'll be given their own unique school Gmail account. And from this, they can access a Google Drive account where all of their textbooks have been scanned and can be accessed. Those textbooks can be accessed on a laptop, a PC, a smart TV, a mobile phone, a tablet, any digital device that has access to the web. And the result is that heavy textbooks can be left in school in the lockers, the digital version can be accessed at home, the bags are reduced in weight, and there's no additional cost to our families. G Suite for Education, as I mentioned, is our platform. G Suite for Education brings together Gmail, Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Meets, and Hangouts. And it's what we used recently to undertake live classes and facilitate distance learning to our students at home during recent school closures. The Drive also gives our students and your children free access to online storage for notes and other textbooks and PowerPoints, and it makes sharing and collaboration very, very easy. So again, our G Suite for Education platform, it allows for teacher-pupil communication, it allows for resource sharing and live classes, collaboration via Google Docs, and assessment via Google Forms, and also our online textbooks. That's what can be accessed in school and at home. And speaking of in-school facilities, every classroom is equipped with audio-visual equipment, desktops. We have 4 modern and dedicated computer labs. We have a student IT hub in the library for use at break and lunch times. And we also offer computer studies to all our junior cycle students where they undertake Microsoft Office, G Suite fundamentals, and basics of the bits tutorials such as Python, Scratch, and a small bit of HTML. So that is a traditional school there. And I don't think that school becomes better by the nature that you add an iPad or a tablet in front of these students. What's more important is the teaching and learning that happens inside in the building. So inside in Tarbert Comprehensive, as we said, if we looked at the extent of the usage again of just the old textbook going to a digital version, e-learning in all its concepts, we have that effective model. And if we look at what they're actually using it for, the books are accessed via G Suite. We have school facilities to address the research. We have the school facilities to address the interactive work. We have our school facilities to address the research. Access via G Suite to address sending homework. Pupils have their own devices, use what they have, the phone in their pocket, if they want to take a photo or access homework. And again, all of this is accessible via G Suite. Finally, the last 2 aspects here is if you ever want to see what's happening in the school, don't hesitate to go to the school website, tarbertcomprehensive.ie. There's news and contacts and access to the school YouTube channel and VSware. We also have a school app that when you join us you'll have access to, and you'll be able to use the school app for enhanced communication, easier access to VSware, to pay fees as well, for news, for absence reporting, and so on and so forth. So look, that's a very quick introduction to some of the IT facilities available to you and your children when you choose, if you choose, to join us next year. I hope you found that helpful, and best of luck with the rest of the tour. Thanks so much for your attention, and hopefully we'll see you all next year.